Hello ladies and gentlemen, today we have a few more leaks that may be able to help you guys and some interesting stuff. Now, two of these leaks have to do with stuff I've already talked about recently, being the fake collab and as well as Himiko. It was leaked a little bit ago that Himiko, similar to some of the emanators such as Herta and Acheron, may have a restriction in which she wants a certain category of characters on her team to function properly. And in Himiko's case, supposedly, it is Astral Express members. Now, Mortis ended up confirming that this is true, and that the characters who currently count as Astral Express members are March, Dawnhung, MC, Sunday, Welt, and Evernight, right? So those are all the characters who can contribute towards being an Astral Express character for a Himiko team. Next is probably the biggest news for a lot of you. We've gotten absolutely nothing official about this fake collab. A lot of people were starting to say that, the leakers might have fallen off. It feels like there's something wrong. We're missing something, anything to really give us a fake collab. Maybe it's fake. According to Anon/Mortis, it is real. This is the most reliable leaker in the history of the game. So if they are saying it, it's likely real, and it is supposedly in 4.4. This is something I originally predicted even before Anon came out and said this, when we had the leak that it was coming out in 4.3. Even though I believed in the fake collab, I did not really believe it being in 4.3 because it just made significantly more sense to do it on 4.4 and basically repeat exactly what they did on Phanon's banner, which seems to have been the case. So we should still be getting fake collab part 2 with Rin and Gilgamesh on 4.4. So we should be getting 4.4 beta in a week or a couple weeks, meaning the gameplay should be out soon, right? Next, we have that the Blade beta has actually ended. That's why I just said what I said. Supposedly, according to the source JB Leaks, Blade beta is over. They've already finished it. V4 was the last version. This is the current version of Blade that will make it to live. And in 1 week from now, or sometime next week, we will be getting the 4.4 beta with Himiko. Now, maybe the collab units might be delayed in that beta. I'm not completely sure. Some people are speculating that. However, it shouldn't take long to get the collab units beta shortly after Himiko's beta initially releases, because that's what happened last time. Last time on 3.4, it was the same scenario where people were saying the collab characters aren't on the beta, but then like a few hours later, the collab characters were in the beta. So it was just a slight delay and not really anything crazy like missing them for multiple days, right? So be hyped for that. 4.4 beta, if this is true, should be soon. Now, next is something that has some people confused, including me, and a lot of people are already doom posting it. I don't know, I don't know everything about HSR that's new when it comes to characters gets doom posted over exaggeratively. Is this probably going to be a nothing burger? Probably. Are people still going to massively doom post about it? Probably. But without any more, delay, basically Sakura Haven leaked that there's this new thing where characters are able to get new skins / new animations, and it's really cool for some older characters. One example mainly being Acheron. Acheron should apparently get one of these soon. However, Mortis then came out and replied that, yeah, this is true, but it's not actually a new skin. It's something that affects skills and isn't free, and it'll appear first on Acheron, right? So this means it's not a skin, but something that affects skills. Now, some people are alluding that this may mean that it's another buff, another trace, right, instead of just an animation upgrade. To be honest, the way it's worded, it seems to me more like an animation upgrade. However, I have seen a screenshot floating around where they specified that it is like a trace buff or a new trace on a character. So TLDR, the reason this is getting Doom posted is it's supposedly not free, which that doesn't necessarily mean it costs money. It could mean that you need a pull for it. We just don't know the system about this yet, but it's something that isn't free. You need to attain through consuming likely something or achieving something, and it buffs an older character possibly, and maybe gives them an upgrade in animations. So that is everything that we've gotten so far. Fake collab confirmed by Anon. We have the Astral Express teammates that actually synergize with Himiko, and then we have this with a new type of system, I guess, of buffing characters or giving older characters stuff that we don't exactly have very solid information on yet, right? So let me know what you guys think. Personally, on my account with like Phaedon and stuff, I was originally going to just stay on my main account because I was starting to lose hope in the collab. However, now that the collab is pretty much guaranteed to happen at this point, since it's been confirmed, I will likely be playing on my Phaedon account again, which is the one you are currently seeing me run around on, because this account is the one that needs more teams the most. And I don't really need to stress about it, right? As you guys know, if HSR does the same collab banner that they did on the last fake collab, I don't have to stress about, oh, I need to pull this guy right now. Gilga's banner is probably going to be up for like a year, right? At the minimum. So I recently pulled Ashvale a little bit ago, meaning I do need to pull Blade in 4.3, which I'll definitely go ahead and do. I'm very high on the pity currently, around the 70s range, so Blade is definitely guaranteed. And then after I get Blade and Ashvale, that's then when I'll probably go for Gilgamesh. I'm not sure what his best in slot supports will be. I'm just gonna hope it's not like Tribby and stuff, because I'm literally skipping her right now. We'll see how that entire thing goes. Love you all. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great night. Peace out. I forgot to add in one last leak here that Mortis talked about. Now this one barely matters at all, but I mean, I guess, you know. This is a leak about Nihilux, and according to Mortis, Nihilux is not preservation and is not remembrance. So that I think she's gonna be Elation, right? You guys already know. I've been guessing that Nihilux is probably the Elation sustain for like the last 4+ months maybe, and this just adds more merit to that. It's just highly likely that she ends up being Elation, since she's not a preservation and since she's not a remembrance. So yeah, just a quick little leak there for maybe the Nihilux lovers that are waiting for her, because she's likely going to drop very late in this version. She's not going to come anytime soon. Not preservation, not remembrance. In my opinion, most likely Elation, most likely the Elation sustain, who is going to elevate Silverwolf into being much stronger than what she currently is, and have a consistent punchline gen to make her E2 more appealing. Hope you all have a great day. Hope you all have a great night. Peace out.